Life keeps circling through the ordinary. Quiet hours passing without display. But somewhere in the middle of repeating, there's a happiness that chooses to remain. A breeze arrives before the rainfall. Someone laughs somewhere unseen. Neon signs begin to flicker, softly coloring the evening. The sky turns silver over buildings. Night comes gently, never fast. Coffee rings left on the wooden table. Soft blue shirts turning in the morning wind. Someone humming down the hallway slowly. A quiet house beginning to breathe again. The radio plays a song half forgotten. Shoes by the door, still dusty from last night. Tiny moments passing without warning, still somehow landing perfectly tonight. This simple, warm bread cooling beside the stove. No fireworks, no grand arrangement, just enough light to soften the road. And all the little scattered pieces falling to place without a sound. Nothing asking to be different. Everything stays away. Sunlight resting on a bowl of peaches. Water boiling, sunlight out of sight. Windows open to the smell of rain clouds. Cars moving slowly under fading lights. A handwritten note beside the kettle, the kind you almost throw away by mistake. Small familiar voices in the kitchen and nowhere else in the world to escape. sentimental, like holding something you don't need to name. No race to finish, nothing to capture. No need to turn it into something great. Just an ordinary. trees sway lightly above the road. People drift through familiar places, carrying stories nobody knows. The afternoon leans against the windows. Clouds move slow across the town. Nothing loudly asks for attention. Still beauty keeps showing up around. It's another day that looks like yesterday. Still somehow I wanna stay inside it. The same small streets, the same old sunlight, different shadows every time they hit. Life keeps circling through the ordinary. Quiet hours passing without display. But somewhere in the middle of repeating, there's a happiness that chooses to remain. The breeze arrives before the rainfall. Someone laughs somewhere unseen. Neon signs begin to flicker, softly coloring the evening. The sky turns silver